Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. I'm making a family favorite today. Of course, it's 80 degrees today. I thought it was going to be cool when I planned this, but I'm making escarole soup. Sometimes it's called escarole and beans. I put some sweet Italian sausage in my 8-quart Brilliance Stockpot, and I'm using my mix and chop, and I ground it all, and this gets it nice and ground up so you don't have big chunks. Okay, it's great for doing tacos and chili and spaghetti and sausage gravy and stuff like this. I bought my sausage out of the casing already, which was nice. Sometimes you can't buy it that way and you got to cut it out of the casing. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put some garlic and onions in. I pressed some of my garlic already. I'm using a whole head of garlic, a small head. So you just kind of pop it in there, press it, and then you open it and you grab the paper cover right there, and then you use this little cleaning tool to clean it up. All right, so the garlic's going in the pan. There wasn't a lot of grease with this sausage. Sometimes there's a lot, and if there's a lot, then I will drain most of it out. I just leave just enough to saute the garlic and onion, but this one was pretty dry. I didn't even need to drain anything, so it's kind of odd. All right, so now I'm grabbing just a basic yellow onion, cutting it in quarters, grabbing my food chopper. I want to hit it hard and let go in between so the blades turn. And we get a nice thorough chop. So I got garlic peels on my cutting board. So you can hit it just a couple of times and it'll give you big pieces like for chili and pizza. I want the pieces smaller for this recipe, so I'm just going to keep hitting it. I could actually keep hitting it till the pieces are so tiny they're practically invisible, but I don't need them that small for this recipe. But if you've got kids who are complaining about onions, kids or husbands complaining about onions in their food, this is a great way to hide them. I just open it like this, drop it in the top rack of the dishwasher. Okay, so my onions are going in the pan. Oop, now my eyes are watering. I'm gonna give that a quick stir. I've got it on like medium now. I turned it down because I didn't want to burn my garlic while I was chopping my onions. So I'm just gonna saute those a little bit, and while those are working, get the rest of my ingredients together. It's a very simple recipe, but it's super flavorful. Okay, so I have a can of diced tomatoes. I'm going to use my smooth edge can opener. If it grabs the can, then you know it's working. Just keep turning it until it clicks, and then turn it 2 more times. There's the click, 2 more times. It's still holding the can, let go, grab your bird beak, lift the lid right off. And I also have a can of white beans, whatever kind of white beans you have. These happen to be Great Northern. I like them a little bit better than the big white ones, which I can't remember the name of them, but they're like the size of kidney beans. I like the little ones better, so we tend to use those, but it doesn't really matter. You just want one of the white beans, okay? And lift that off. I am going to drain my beans. These beans come in a clear liquid, so I'm not going to rinse them, just drain them. And the other thing I have is a whole tub of chicken broth. I like to use the low sodium because this recipe has sausage in it, which is pretty salty. And then one of the things you do is you serve it with grated Romano cheese, and that's salty also. So it doesn't really need salt. All right, let's see how we're doing here. It looks good. It smells great. I'm going to start adding our other ingredients. There's my tomatoes. My can of beans. Some families call this escarole and beans. My family calls it escarole soup. Now I'm going to turn this temperature up so this broth will boil. Just going to give it a quick stir. I'm not making a huge pot today. Usually when I make this, I make a double batch. I don't have room in my freezer, so I'm only making a single batch today. The main reason I make a double batch is here in Maryland, it's hard to get escarole, and I can usually only get it in the spring, but for some reason my grocery store had it right now. So I bought a head. So this is usually a recipe I make mostly in the spring, though if you have a Wegmans near you, you can go there and buy escarole in a bag there. So in the wintertime, if I'm in the mood, I will take a ride over to Wegmans. But my regular Giant store had escarole this week. So I'm just gonna cut the escarole up. I know this is kind of a sin cutting it with a metal knife, but it's not going in a salad, it's going in a soup, so it's not gonna have a chance to get brown edges. So I washed it, cut it up. So once my soup has boiled, I will add escarole and then let the escarole cook down into the soup. And then I just let it sit there for a while, and that's really it. It's very, very simple. It's so delicious. The sausage and the garlic and onions really give it a great flavor. Easy recipe to make on a Sunday afternoon when I've been outside all day. So I hope you enjoyed this and you enjoyed my content creating today. If you're interested in your own online business, please reach out to me because I would love to help you do that. So fun and so easy. Great way to make some extra money for your family. If you enjoyed this recipe, please share it with your friends. Thanks so much.